this week reminds us of how much God hates pride and values humility. The chancellor of our seminary, the seminary where I teach, is Chuck Swindoll, and he tells a wonderful story in one of his books about a group of children who are building a playhouse. It's a cardboard playhouse, it's summer, and they're enjoying the fun they have. I don't know, did you do that? I can remember doing that very thing in the summer with friends, and we would make up rules about who could belong and what you had to do. Well, these children in Chuck's story do the very same. And they come up with 3 rules, 3 simple rules. First of all, nobody act big. Second, nobody act small. And third, everybody act medium. I love it. Just simple, reasonable, everybody just act medium. And I think it's an attitude that's very important in our post-Christian world, where it doesn't matter what kind of resume you've accumulated or how many letters you have behind your name or what kind of house you live in or what your bank account looks like. It's all sourced in God anyway. It all comes from God. And even though you certainly participated and may have worked hard and applied yourself, those things are blessings. Just even the opportunities to enjoy those things are blessings from God. And I see Christians very seldom actually overtly prideful. It's occasionally we catch ourselves name dropping, and but often we feel guilty. We know there's this tinge of, oh, that's pride, and I want to be careful with that. But I think where we have to be more careful is another kind of pride, that acting small. That's called false humility. I learned about false humility as a child from a classic novel. When I was in the 5th and 6th grade, my father was stationed in Rhodes, Greece, and we had a small school, a military type school, and there was a woman that the military hired in my 5th and 6th grade. There were only about 5 of us in the class, but Mrs. Glanville was our teacher. She was British, and she loved great literature, and she taught us Great Expectations, the story of Pip. We read it and acted it out, and Macbeth and poetry. And the story one of my favorites that she taught us was Charles Dickens' David Copperfield. One of the characters that represents false humility better than anything I've ever seen was a character named Uriah Heep. Now, Uriah Heep was always talking about how humble he was. He said, I am well aware that I am the humblest person going. When actually he was kowtowing and groveling and ingratiating himself in an attempt to manipulate his way from a low position to a very high one. And I think that's a greater danger for Christians today. When I compliment someone and they say, oh no, it wasn't me, and I want to say, well, I saw your mouth moving, I saw you doing that. I think we need to learn to take encouragement and just say, thank you very much. That's acting medium. I'm always a little suspicious of somebody who is ingratiating themselves to me. I'm thinking, wow, is there some manipulation going on? So I think it's a caution that we need to be careful about, because it's very important in this world we live in today that we come across as humble people in a post-Christian world. James Dobson writes, he wrote once, he says, whenever I'm tempted to become self-important and even authoritative, I'm reminded of what the mother whale said to her baby. When you get to the top and you start to blow, that's when you get harpooned. Wise words from a wise mother. This chapter in Daniel is emphasizing for us how important it is that we act medium in this culture, in this pagan world where people are watching us to see who we are. We need to remember that God hates pride, but he values true humility. And that's actually acting media.